You can have all your services over one link, built by one provider who takes care of it. Whether he does it through a reseller, brand, it doesn't matter. It's a one-stop shop. Clearly content is a big part of that.
Content is rulers of the world, really. As a human, we pay for content. Generally dictates what we do in our lives. And so I can see it dictating the telco industry going forward.
So that network, the retail, the Vodafones and telecoms, from a brand perspective, have become irrelevant to the majority of customers. What's more important is, well, what device have I got in my hand?
Sky, in my view, has to be involved at some point. On the one hand, you could say they should be regulated in the same way that telecom was a monopoly, although Sky have built the market for themselves, and as a businessman, I struggle to see why they should be regulated. It's not their fault, no one's competed with them.
Content used to be voice, then it was text, then it was access to email, but the controls have gone now from the telco industry.
There's an argument that says Sky could become a telco, and they would possibly, in the next gen world, be the most successful telco in the country because they've got content. They can easily do what the rest of us have done by acquisition or building it themselves, whereas the rest of us can only do 2/3 of the equation.
The people that own or can aggregate content will have a big hand in actually what happens. There's some great services overseas, but actually to buy the intellectual property to distribute it over in New Zealand is prohibitive.
What does need to happen in some form is their content needs to be made available at a commercial rate to service providers for the telco/broadcasting bundle to work.
The technology is there today where the content provider can control what pipe you use.
And you saw that last year come into play, where Apple put this application into the iPhone called iMessage. All of the text messages you normally do over your mobile operator, it would now go through a different carrier. So it strips out suddenly this massive revenue stream for the mobile operators.
At the moment you can see around the world governments trying to regulate control back into places in terms of content, and also regulate the telco industry on their role in distributing content. Regulatory in the space of the new world where content rules can be quite dangerous. Governments all over the world now trying to put the jack back into the box.